because I can sort of see me. Whether you can see me, well, you know, who cares if you can't see me? Who cares if something? I shall just keep talking, and you can keep doing whatever. I'm actually propped up against the railing on our balcony because I kind of wanted you to get a bit of view of the ocean, but I don't kind of want to drop the laptop overboard. Would not be a good idea. Or drop my mouse overboard. Also not a good idea. Well, this morning was really, well, today really, was really pretty good. Shipped up in Alicante. Beautiful sunset. Didn't take a video of it, but I have done some stills. And I'll see what I can do with those, if I can perhaps attach them as a thumbnail or something, or whatever you do with these things. And then we went in. My usual moan, let's put on free transport for everybody to get them from the port, the edge of the ship, to the town. But oh no, we won't put on one that a wheelchair user can use. Moan. I moan again and said to the staff, and they say, it's not us that puts it on, it's the port that puts it on. Well, you're the one with the money, you're the one that brings the boat in. You're the one that's got the welly. You can actually say to them, this is what we demand. You put on coaches with wheelchair access. And there weren't any taxis with wheelchair access either. So we wandered in, Appier, in Sophie's case. Not too impressed, I must admit she wasn't. I have my chair, have chair will go. We wandered around the old town a bit. We didn't sort of go in anywhere or do anything, but we just wandered around, found a nice little square to have some. It was called a brunch, and it was a Mediterranean version of a brunch, and it was brilliant. Just lots of little dishes of all sorts of Mediterranean dips and bits, and some lovely hummus. And we sat in this square and had something to eat. And then I wanted to go up to Alicante Castle and see it. Sophie didn't. So Sophie came back to the ship. And it was brilliant. If you've got a chair like mine, it's brilliantly accessible. If you're being pushed in a chair, no. Pushing yourself, unless you're an Olympic athlete, I also think no. But a chair like mine, it was actually, it handled it really well. Just a couple of dodgy bits. It was more when you kind of went round the corner and you're going round and it's got a camera on it, which was makes the chair want to go sideways. Well, when you've got just a little lip and then like a, 20-foot drop, maybe more, it's a kind of bit dodgy. Some very nice Frenchmen, I will have to say, of all ages, came running to help me and make sure I got round bends safely. But I got down and I got up again and went all around the castle. A couple of little spots I avoided because they looked as though there was bare rock there that was a bit lumpy, whereas the cobbles I can deal with quite well. And so what I did when I was up there, I wanted to go live so that you could actually see the castle with me. But in actual fact, it just wouldn't connect on my mobile phone. So probably I haven't got a decent enough connection. Thingy-me-doo-dah, what's its name? Bars or whatever you call it that would make it go. And so I took some videos. I'm going to have to upload them, which of course is going to take forever. So I shall probably do that when I get back to the UK, and then you can see Alicante out there. You can see it? No, I don't know, because I'm struggling to see with the way the light is. Anyway, so I shall do that when I get home. I've done one of them's a short one, but the one that's like sort of 20 minutes long is going to have to go on an upload at some point when I get back. And so So if you've got access to my Facebook, you might get sort of brain went dead then for a minute. So sorry. If you've got access to my Facebook, you'll probably see one of them that I took. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until I get back home to the UK, and then you'll be able to get full works of me going up Alicante Castle. Actually, says Sophie was probably glad she didn't go because she would not have been happy at me going around the way I did. She would have probably yelled and sort of stopped me. She's been very bossy, I will tell you, my Sophie. Anyway, we're on board. The ship is due to leave. Didn't know whether it was some wildlife. We saw some, we think, were tuna as we came through the Straits of Gibraltar, and then just a bit after that, they were playing alongside the ship. But I'm never at such a point where I've got to be able to film them. So I'm very sorry for that because I'm really miffed that I didn't get to film them. Because it's the first time on a cruise that I've seen proper marine life. Prior to that, I'd only seen jellyfish. But actually seen from the cruise ship some marine life, which is brilliant. So I was really pleased they were sort of leaping out of the water and doing the thing. So I would have loved to have had that on video, but not to be. Anyway, so I'm going to have dinner shortly. I can't take you, unfortunately, into the dining room because it's not really fair with other people around there. But we have a lovely, lovely, lovely waitery chap. Well, we get served by the head waiter, Kumar, who's really lovely. It's his first cruise, and but he's really, really nice, and he really looks after us well. So we have quite nice meal times. Sophie's preferably lactose free, although she's not strictly so. But they're ever so good, and every day she orders her dinner the day before, and they make sure that her version that comes is lactose free. Kumar goes on his little toddle and brings it back himself. They're sending other waiters off for us, so we do the head waiter well. And they've been really good at finding alternatives. I did do her birthday party yesterday because it was a day at sea, very lumpy sea for the last few days. So, hi, Captain Chaos. Good to see you. How's it in Oz? And he's thrown me. The blessed captain has said hi, and I'm thrown. Anyway, so I pre-bought before we came on the cruise, which you can do. You can either buy them when you're on the cruise, I think, or you get them beforehand. I think it's supposed to be a bit cheaper. I don't know. Never worked it out really. So I bought a vegan chocolate cake for her birthday cake, and I said to the crew, I got some balloons and asked them to blow them up, so I put them there, and they stuck them onto her chair, much to her dismay. And anyway, I said to them, whatever you do, don't sing. So she really won't like it if you sing. So what do? They gather all the wait staff and they all come around singing happy birthday to you. And everybody in the restaurant's clapping and singing and doing that sort of thing. Hot in Oz? It's actually been really quite warm here. At the moment I'm out in the sun, so and there's a bit of a breeze, so it's. But as you can see, I'm not that warm like I normally am. Anyway, so I got the middle finger. Would you do that to your mother? Would you, Captain? Would you give your mother the middle finger when she surprises you with the birthday cake? And lots of sailors singing happy birthday? I think you'd like that, Captain. Anyway, no, I'm not being rude. I better not be rude to the blessed Captain. So we're getting ready to see if this. Excuse me, I'm just looking over the Yeah, they're still coming in. They're still coming in. It's not long now, and we'll be pushing off. And it was like glass the sea this morning, but you would, Captain. I knew you would. It was like glass the sea this morning, but the wind's picked up a bit, and it's now just a little nipple to it when you're about this size. But it has been lumpy the last few days. The ship has moved a lot, and I'm going to try and move my. Um, I'm going to try and move my laptop so you can perhaps see. I don't know if you can see, but I don't want to drop my laptop over. You can see. We are the first cabin behind the pointy bit, and that means that when there's lots of wind and stuff that you get at sea, um, we feel it in our cabin. But we have the biggest cabin I have ever had. The cabin must be about 3 times the size of a normal accessible cabin, which is bigger than normal cabins. So you imagine how big it is, and even sort of staff coming to sort of bring us things. Going, oh, you've got a big room, and so it's quite nice. But it just means we can spread things more further. Our shoes migrate regularly. We've got a wonderful, wonderful cabin steward called Julian, who tends to move our shoes around the room. So you don't quite know where your shoes are going to be when you come back after you've been out for the day. But anyway, it's getting close to pier runner time, which is always good fun. We've only had one day this cruise so far where they've done a call out for people being late. So we've got some people walking back up from town, but I think they're close enough not to have too much of a problem. When I separated this afternoon, I said, here's your passport, because if I'm stuck up a castle mountaining thing, then you need to have your passport so you can keep going. Don't mind me, I'll catch up. Yeah. Tomorrow we're at an island. I think I don't know. My lovely friend Brett Yep would tell us how to pronounce it. It's spelled Mahon. So H's aren't pronounced in Spanish, as I understand. So it'd be Mahon. Anyway, it's an island, and the ship's going to be, as I understand it, at anchor, which means it'll be out in the bay, and everybody's going to be transported to the island by little mini boats. And they aren't usually wheelchair accessible. I mean, I have done them in the past with a fold-up wheelchair, and people sort of dangling me over the side and hurling me onto boats. Always entertaining. I do like to entertain. And, you'll see when you see the videos, me going up and down the hill at silly miles an hour over cobbles. They're like that. They were like that. And yeah, quite a lot of people find it entertaining. Couldn't understand why. I mean, after all, doesn't everybody go up and down castles at silly miles an hour over cobbles? I thought that was a standard thing. Anyway, so as I say, certainly want to get back to the UK. If I can do it beforehand, I will. But certainly want to get back to the UK. I'll upload the videos I shot. I took up on the that way it is. That way. Up on Alicante Castle. And for those who haven't been to Alicante, I actually can recommend it. So, as I said in one of the videos, I've always been a bit feeling Alicante was a bit like Little England or Little Britain, and it was a bit sort of Irish pars and fish and chips sort of thing. What we did find an Irish bar, of course. Um, but we did lunch at Mish Mish, not the Irish bar. And I've been really pleasantly surprised. I would actually quite happily come to Alicante, having always turned my nose up at it in the past. I would actually quite happily come to Alicante and spend a few days here. Um, I don't think I'd do more than a few days. Not to sit on the beach or sit around the pool type. The beach that I passed, I didn't particularly like the look of. The kids were seeming to enjoy themselves, but not for me. Um, don't know if there's anything much more I can tell you that would catch up on before. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. It might just be I go up on deck and actually do a bit of a live. We've got satellite internet on the ship, and so I can take my laptop around the ship, and I can take if we're by land, I can use my phone because I can get my own package from home here. But I can't. I can't use the tablet, which is I had to make a choice: was the laptop going to go on the satellite internet, or was tablet? And I've got my mouse here, so it does mean that I can do a bit of moving cameras around in Hawaii, which I did last night, and it was very, very poor satellite internet last night, and so I'd kind of move it, and then about 5 minutes later, the camera would move, which always throws me because I think it hasn't moved, so I click it again, and then the camera's going away. So they got a bit seasick, I think, in Oahu last night, but there we are. Now then, ooh, I think the stragglers. Just had a peek over the edge. See if I can show you. I hope you can see that. Not sure whether you could see that. I'm going to fall here. I'm hanging on for dear life to the edge of the balcony. Um, so it looks like most of the people walking back have got here. So it would have. I'm not going to have to show you any pier runners, which would have been fun, of course. Um, but I think they've all arrived, which is most disappointing. That's why I brought you out here, so you can have a good laugh at the pier runners. Anyway, I think I'm going to get ready to go and have my um, siesta rather late, so I can go and have my dinner. What, the ship will move shortly. I don't want to lose my laptop over the side. Um, so I shall say goodbye for this live, and we will catch up in Mahon, or however you pronounce it. And I'll keep you entertained with tales of Helen's daring do's. I shan't be swimming to shore. That is, a certainty. Normally on cruise ships, I take my own life jacket because if I want to go and swim in the swimming pool, I have to wear a life jacket because I never know when my body is going to stop working and I go that way and not that way. That way. I can't be doing with this being back to front, It comes from having a dodgy brain when you know. I'm going to say bye to you, Captain. Thank you for popping in and watching me from there in Australia. Good on you, Cubba. Did I get the accent right? And we'll pick up again sometime soon. Oh, hang on. Oh, I'm a bit dodgy. dodgy on my pins. So I shall now say goodbye. I shall end the stream and see you soon. Bye. Okay.